Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. Tonight we are streaming live on YouTube. This is ParkTV 16 Sports bringing you girls Metro West Conference soccer featuring New Prague Trojans and the Benilde-St Margaret Red Knights coming in with almost identical records. The Trojans 9-2-3, Red Knights 9-3-1. If you're just joining us, we brought you the boys game against New Prague. It was a big 5-0 win for the New Prague boys team on senior night, and likewise it is also senior night here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St Margaret's. Red Knights ranked in the top 10 again this year, looking for another state tournament berth, and they'll be in red going from right to left, and we're about to begin as we focus in our camera lenses. Again, my name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports on a cool, crisp, early fall evening here. We've had summer-like weather for the better part of a month here in September, but just tonight the temperature has dropped, and at game time here in St. Louis Park, it's already 59 degrees with light winds, but we're underway. All the players are in short sleeves and shorts, and we're underway, and that was number 8 for Benilde playing it for the Red Knights, Emily Schultz. And now the throw in quickly to number 22 for the Red Knights, that's Aspen Franklin. Now Franklin with it as they go left to right. Now number 8 with it, Schultz in the corner, out of bounds. So this promises to be a great matchup with their identical winning records, both teams with 9 wins atop the Metro West Conference standings. So this has a lot riding on it and a good crowd on hand here. Now Red Knights number 18 plays it. That is Lynch, and now the shot just over the crossbar, over the outstretched hands of Ashley Nelson, the goaltender. That was a big time shot there by Nelson. All right, now just over the crossbar. So right away early on, Red Knights dominating the possession of the ball. And now here comes New Prague with their first chance on offense, perhaps. Now with it, number 6, that is Olivia Quest. Quest now gets some open room in midfield. And now taken away by the Red Knights, that's number 2 with it on defense, Lyra Carter. And then kicked out of bounds on the far side by number 11, Danielle Garita. Quickly thrown in for the Red Knights. Playing it on that far side is number 5 for the Red Knights. That's Hannah Buller. She is a senior captain, and that reminds me, tonight is senior night. We'll be honoring, I think, 7 seniors on the graduating varsity team. So stay with us at halftime as we describe the events of that presentation of those senior players and their parents. And a big night for those girls especially. Okay, now play just underway here, 40 minutes in each half, and that ball is scooped up again by the Trojan goaltender, number 0, Ashley Nelson. And she gets a big kick out to midfield, playing it for the Red Knights, number 7, that is Mueller. And now she'll play it back into her own zone with number 16, who quickly gets it out to midfield, that's Nelly Teshaid. And now the play at midfield, picked up by number 19 for the Trojans. That's Kroska. Now to the near side, number 7 for the Red Knights with it. That is Ella Mueller. Mueller gets it taken away nicely by the Trojans' number 1, Riley Savoy. And now Savoy gets it to number 6, and her shot, that is Quest. And the save by the Red Knight goaltender. Now ball played out to midfield as the sun has certainly set here on this evening. Game time, 7 o'clock. As I mentioned a few moments ago, temperature just 59 degrees, but no wind out there at all. The flags are perfectly still and a very dry night. No humidity, no dew point. So really a great fall night. Now, here come the Trojans on the far side with some speed. Lead pass intercepted by the Red Knights, number 16, Anna Prong. Now ball out at midfield to the near side, played by 5, Buller. Buller now. Midfield, played by number 18, Lynch. Now the ball gets by, and chasing it is the Red Knights. They will get there first. And on the hustle there was number 8 for the Red Knights, Schultz, and her ball Kind of a shot there in on the goaltender, Ashley Nelson. She makes another save, and now she gets a big boot out past midfield into the Trojan offensive end. Now Trojans number 23 fights for the ball. That is Nelson. Intercepted by the Red Knights on the far side. Number 2, Lyra Carter. And it also goes out of bounds, and now a quick throw in right now by Carter at about the 40-yard line extended. Gets it to number 22, Franklin. So quiet first half here so far. No real shots on goal. Few opportunities for the Red Knights. Not a lot for the Trojans, but we're just underway here as we approach the 35-minute mark of half number 1. And a chance to remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. And now the Trojans with it. Near side, number 8, that is Schultz. And the Trojans number 14 plays it out, that's Habak. Or I should say Hubish. That is a Czechoslovakian name, I'm quite certain, which is the predominant heritage of the New Prague area. Having grown up in Shakopee, which is a Scott County town, just like New Prague, I knew some folks, and that was definitely a New Prague name. And now the Red Knights at midfield, trying to get some offense going. Can't really get a pulse on how this game is going to go or the identities of these teams, but right now they're just feeling each other out as we approach 34 minutes remaining in half number 1. Girls Benilde team trying to follow suit of the boys who won earlier this evening on this same field. 5-0 against the boys New Prague soccer team. And now the throw-in for New Prague. Played by number 23, quick feet there, Courtney Nelson, the sophomore midfielder forward. And now it's out of bounds and a throw-in now for New Prague as they take their time. That's number 6 doing the honors, Quast. Played by number 16, Anna Prong, or excuse me, Tetscheid, if I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully. And now the throw-in for the Red Knights, number 7, Mueller. Played by the Trojans, number 19, Kraska. And now back into the Red Knights zone is Kraska, excuse me, number 16, Tetscheid for Benilde. Now the throw-in by number 7, Mueller. Header by 8, Schultz. Now New Prague with it. Throw in for New Prague, number 6, Quast. Played by number 16, Tetscheid. Now New Prague's number 19 takes a whack at it. That's Kraska again. So not a lot happening here, just a lot of play back and forth at midfield or thereabouts. Now Carter trying to get something going with an outlet pass. Now a centering pass to number 3 for the Red Knights. That's Dooley. Dooley ahead to number 18. That is Lynch. Lynch over to the near side to Schultz. Schultz now trying to get an angle, but here comes the Trojans, number 14 on defense. That's Hubsk. And out of bounds. And the ball's going to be awarded to the Trojans. So another foray into the offensive zone by the Red Knights. Just sort of a one and done opportunity there. And now the goaltender, Nelson, will kick it off. Almost intercepted by the Red Knights, number 7, Mueller. And now number 16 plays it, Tetscheid. Tetscheid now turns on it, gets it ahead to number 8, Schultz. Now New Prague with it. Very measured play by both teams here. No huge scoring opportunities to speak of so far. So we are now over 8 minutes into half number 1. Now with it, number 23, Nelson. And the lead pass, 23, Nelson stopped on that, and it looks like it's going to go all the way out of bounds. Is it going to make it all the way there? I think number 16 for the Red Knights, Tetscheid, thought for sure it was going to go, and then she wasn't sure. But that's going to be a free kick for the goaltender for the Red Knights, and that is number 1, Madeline Peterson, the sophomore goaltender. In yellow at that far side will place it in the corner. They're going to give it up to number 14 to do the honors. That's Lauren Smart, and with all confession, she is my, I don't know what she is, my cousin's daughter. So she follows her older sister Kayla, who played here a couple of years ago. She's a junior out there, and Lauren Smart, with probably the strongest leg on the team, did the honors kicking it out to midfield. Meanwhile, New Prague gets it back. And now the throw in. And now the Red Knights. Very dark out on this field. Hard to see, so if I can't see the numbers, I may not always know the names because they're so far away there, and it's very, very dark on this field. All right, now that I can see Madeline Peterson, the goaltender, scoops that up. And looks like she has a shoelace issue, and number 16, Tetscheid, the official shoelace tire on the team, perhaps. And now we have another shoelace issue with another Red Knight player, so it might be contagious out there. Okay, we've got shoelaces tied in. Very important when you're playing soccer, of course. And now New Prague and Benilde, sort of like a pinball machine out there, how they've been playing back and forth, just sort of in the middle of the field, back and forth. No true identity yet to this game. Under 30 minutes to go in half number 1 on ParkTV 16 Sports. Now played by 14, Lauren Smart. And I ran into her father, who's also a relative of mine, out in the concourse prior to the match. They said she's moved up from D-back center to midfielder, and that's a new role for her. She's enjoying it, starting to get on the scoring column. I note she has 3 assists on the year. Now here comes New Prague on that far side, but Lyra Carter right there to take it away for the Red Knights. And now she turns back upfield, gets met by some opposition, but kicks it off of them. And she and the Red Knights will retain possession as we are now at the 29-minute mark to go in half number 1. And now substitution.
The game for the Red Knights. Number 17.
Abby Silverman, number 17, checks in. Elliot Schultz 6. Checks out.
Ada Parker.
And number 6,
10.
Ada Parker checks in, and that is significant. She is by far and away the leading scorer for the Red Knights. She has 12 goals on the year. And that total of goals that we have here matches the combined total of all the other offensive players on the Red Knight team. So Ada Parker is now in the match, number 6. Keep an eye on her. It appears most of the scoring has come through her. So we'll see what impact and change her presence brings to the Red Knight offenses. Now she spots up here, and now they get the ball to her. Ada Parker. This is my first Benilde soccer girls match of the year. So just getting to know this team here for the first time late in the season. And now here comes New Prague with the ball. Playing catch to the near side. That's also number 6 for New Prague. That's Olivia Quast. And she'll get a throw in just beyond midfield. And she does lead it nicely for her teammate, 23, Courtney Nelson. Nelson now back to Quast. Quast and Nelson have a nice little teamwork there. Now it's taken right away by the Red Knights, number 16, Nelly Tetscheid, I should say. But New Prague takes it right back. So both teams very measured here in the early going stages of half number 1. And now Quast, number 6. Midfield gets it rejected, played by 17 for the Red Knights. That's Abby Silverman. And now played by 13, Brooke Hillens. Hillens over to Lyra Carter on that far side. Carter pulls up. Lead pass ahead, complete. Now the offense almost got going there. And now back at midfield. Played by 17, Silverman, who just checked in. Now to the near side, number 7, Ella Mueller. Mueller now back to Silverman. Silverman, pass intercepted, and New Prague plays defense and sends Benilde all the way back into their own zone. In fact, all the way back to Madeline Peterson, the goaltender. But rather than hold on to it, she quickly gives it up back to number 16, Tetscheid. Tetscheid plays catch with Mueller. Now Mueller deflects it out to number 6. That is Parker. Parker at midfield to number 10, Adeline Salmon, I should say. Now Parker, leading scorer. She's got 12 on the year. That's almost a goal a game. Quite a pace for any scorer in soccer especially. Now the ball out of bounds, played by number 5, Hannah Buller, the senior captain. And a chance to remind you, that being a senior captain, that this is senior night. 7 seniors will be honored, so stay with us. We will bring you that presentation at the halftime of our broadcast. And now we're going to have the first, I believe, corner kick of the night. And in the corner, I didn't quite get the number. Tough to see outside of the press box here in those tight corners. That ball now gets up in the far corner now as New Prague is in a hole there as they try to break out, and they do along the sidelines. I can't believe that didn't go out of bounds, and it did. Nifty play. If I could read that number, I'd tell you who that is, but she is off to the races, but finally is forced out of bounds and turns it over, but not before. That was a very talented play by New Prague, getting that out of that corner. But meanwhile, the Red Knights retain possession on the offensive end. Big throw in from the side. I believe that was by Carter. And it comes right back almost to Carter, only to be intercepted by New Prague as it bounces around like a little bit of a pinball action out there. And now almost booted in, but smartly not giving it her full was Anna Prong. Otherwise, I think she could have had an injury there, as there was a player right in her face when she tried to take that big kick. Now Carter, out of bounds. She'll throw it in from that far side. 24 and a half minutes to go here in half number 1. And Red Knights with it again. That looks like number 3, Claire Dooley. Now to the near side, chasing it for the Red Knights, Ella Mueller. Mueller now to number 4, that is Niska, also a senior, and taken away by New Prague's number 23, that's Courtney Nelson, as she tries to get something going, only to have it intercepted by the Red Knights' number 7, Ella Mueller. Now to number 17, Abby Silverman. Now to the far side, overshoots her colleague, number 10, Adeline Salmon, I should say, probably pronounced. Now Carter out of bounds. No, she plays catch. Hard to say in this light whether it's out of bounds or not, but play goes on for the Red Knights. At midfield and some space. Pass though, tried to thread it through 3 defenders for New Prague. And it gets intercepted by the Trojans. Now the Red Knights at midfield. Trojans have it. Intercepted by Benilde, back and forth. Possessions back and forth. Nothing sustained by either team here. No real strong scoring opportunities for either side at this point either. So evenly matched defensive team here. Now here comes New Prague as number 6, Quast, able to get through the defense at least for a little while. Now here comes the Red Knights, number 4, that's Niska. Intercepted, so passing by both teams, resulting in a lot of interceptions out there. Either they're not seeing their opponents or they're just trying to kick through them, hoping they get through. But so far, both teams really interfering with the passing lanes, preventing really any serious scoring opportunities, at least thus far. Very defensive game here, very conservative. All right, now, by both seeds. Okay, now New Prague's number 12 with it. That was Balton. Now on the far side, Red Knights trying to get something going, and there's a New Prague defender to interrupt it. And back and forth, very evenly matched on the defense. And you know they have offense, these teams. They both have 9 wins, and that didn't happen by not scoring any goals. But boy, I think they've got their big matchup here today, and they're going for first place in the conference, maybe the number 1 seed in the sections. So a lot on the line here, and so both teams maybe just being a little tentative with so much riding on this match here tonight. It might take until the second half before we start to see the offenses open up, or maybe later here in half number 1 as they start to feel each other out a little more and try to see where their weaknesses are. But right now, I can't see any weaknesses by either team's defense. As now New Prague will make an attempt, and right there, another passing lane interference, and now they take it right back. So both teams really good at picking off each other's passes, but neither team really getting any serious scoring opportunities. So now a throw in by the Red Knights. And now we are down to just under 21 minutes in half number 1. As play continues on here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. And a chance to remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We are streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us. Hope we can add to the entertainment value of this high-level girls soccer match in the Metro West Conference. Now New Prague, as close as they've come for a scoring opportunity, right in front. There's the kick, and the ball loose in front. New Prague has a chance. The shot, the save by Peterson. And there was a scoring opportunity, the first one of the night, this time by the Trojans of New Prague, as they worked that ball in ever so patiently, and then the quick shot, the rebound right to her teammates' hands, and then right there was a New Prague player that split the defense, interfered with the goaltender, and almost got the rebound shot to go in. But quickly, Madeline Peterson, the sophomore goalkeeper, able to get over there and make the save and save that first goal. That would have been huge for New Prague to get that goal on the road, the first one. Then you really can start to clamp in on the defense with a 1-goal lead in soccer. Not that they would do that this early in the match, but it's not unheard of for sure in soccer.
Number 22.
So big save there for Madeline Peterson, especially when she was out of the play and was able to find her way back and make that save. Brilliant. All right, now New Prague with the throw-in. Nifty behind the back dribble there by 23, Courtney Nelson, the sophomore for New Prague, and now another throw-in for number 14. That's Hannah Hoopsk. Not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Hubish, I think, is how you say it. Now that is Hubish. And now Quas, number 6. Been calling her name quite a bit on offense tonight. Gets it taken away, and now at midfield for the Red Knights is number 5 with it, Hannah Buller. And now you start to feel the intensity and the urgency picking up by both teams here, as we are now under 20 minutes to go. In fact, 18:41 to be exact in half number 1. Quick moving first half here. Not a lot of out of bounds, not a lot of whistles, not a lot of goal scoring. So the clock just continues to wind down. Very fast moving play. Very clean soccer game. Not a lot of rough play, and there is a first whistle I can think of tonight, actually. And there's going to be a free kick. I think the referee was looking for something to do there. That's the first time he's whistled in, what, over 22 minutes or nearly 22 minutes of play. That is quite remarkable. All right, now Red Knights, number 4 with it. That is Niska. And clearly the intensity level on both teams is starting to ramp up here. And this is what you'd expect from two leaders in the Metro West Conference. At some point, that competitiveness has got to kick into overdrive, and I'm starting to feel it happening right now. Now Ella Mueller. And now there's an aggressive lead pass, just not quite. And now the Red Knights still catching up, and they do get it. A great hustle there by number 5 for the Red Knights. That's Buller. Buller now with a corner kick type pass from the corner out of bounds, and that'll turn it over. But now the excitement level, as I was just mentioning, starting to pick up here. Much more aggressive on that, especially on that pass down. I almost like compare it to a basketball situation. You try to throw it down all the way down the court, and almost got her on a breakaway, but not quite. All right, now here comes New Prague. Let's see what answer they have. Last time down, they had an excellent scoring opportunity. One might say a golden opportunity, couldn't quite get it to go. See if that adds to their confidence here on the road. And now we have a whistle and a turnover, and I can honestly not explain why that is. I can only describe that it was a turnover, and now the Red Knights will get a free kick, and that looks like number 14, Lauren Smart. I think she'd be called my second cousin. I think that's what it would be. Being the daughter of my cousin, she's here with her husband and the parents and relatives here to watch the match. Very much a family affair tonight for the Red Knights. Now, here is Number 5, Buller again. She's been making her presence known out there as well. And the ball gets kicked out of bounds, and that'll be a throw in for number 10 and the Red Knights, Adeline Salmon, I should say. I keep thinking of the food product salmon when I see the S-A-L. I want to keep it silent, but my guess is it's probably not how she pronounces it. All right, ball high in the air there. Sometimes those have a tendency to be played by the hand inadvertently, but it does safely get to the ground. And now quickly, nifty move there by New Prague, but kept in by Lyra Carter on that far side. Now Carter with a kick shot, goes wide right. Showing a strong leg there, Lyra Carter. And now the turnover, though, with the missed shot will result. 15.5 minutes to go, and now the kickoff. Red Knights take it right back to Buller. And New Prague's gonna let it go out of bounds. As you can see, we are approaching the 15-minute mark. No score here, first half. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us on this big matchup here between Benilde and New Prague in the Metro West Conference. New Prague 3-1, Benilde 5-0. Overall, their records are almost similar, 9-2-1 and 9-2-3 for the Trojans. So a lot riding on this one for both teams. With just a couple games to go in the year, already sections coming up for soccer and all other fall sports soon to follow. Now, kept in nicely by Buller. Played by number 7 for the Red Knights, that's Mueller. Now 14. Smart, or excuse me, yes, Lauren Smart, of course. Just learning the names and numbers here. I don't do a lot of prep work. I usually learn it on the fly here. Now there's 5 Buller, and there's gonna be a whistle and an offside call there. And that will turn the ball back over. Just under 14 minutes to go. And New Prague's gonna get a free kick. So not an offside, there was a infraction that led to this free kick deep in their own territory. Clock continues to wind down here, and now rather than kick it deep, they'll try to work it up the slow way, but here come the Red Knights to intercept it. That's Ada Parker, number 6, now with it, as she almost gets double teamed, but able to get rid of the ball in time, and now the Red Knights set up their offense, only to be taken away right away by New Prague, and now they do boot it all the way back into Red Knight territory, and now chasing it and going down on her own. No call there, and a good no call. Number 23, Courtney Nelson, although the home crowd doesn't agree. And now a throw in for Quast, number 6. Yeah, she gets it in to Nelson, plays it with her right foot. Now coming away with it for the Red Knights is Emily Niska. And Carter with the big leg gets the lead out there, almost caused a breakaway, and the defense was there just in time. Number 23, Courtney Nelson, saves a breakaway for the Red Knights, and what a big leg there shown by Lyra Carter from the defensive position. And now they try their same breakaway, but chasing it to interrupt on defense, number 16, Nellie Tightshade. And it ends up out of bounds, and we're gonna get a corner kick here as Tightshide gets there, and actually it's gonna be a throw-in.
Throw-in Trojans.
From deep in the corner, right there. There's the throw-in, play resumes underway. We're at 12 minutes to go. Now centering pass for the Trojans, intercepted by the Red Knights, Lyra Carter. Carter really asserting herself on defense tonight. And now at midfield, that is number 6 for the Red Knights, Ada Parker. Parker with it, leading scorer. She's got 12 goals on the year. So far, been relatively silent thus far. And now we got a whistle from the center referee and a turnover, as I believe there was a push detected by the referee that resulted in the whistle. And now a free kick coming up for the Trojans with 11.5 minutes to go in half number 1. Now the Trojans with it. Getting it ahead. And no one home there for the Trojans as she plays it there. In fact, I think it sort of confused the defender, number 14, Lauren Smart. And she's like, yeah, I guess there's no one there. I better go get it because it's not going out of bounds. And she does. And gets it to Carter on the right side as they break out on offense again here. No score, really no, maybe one shot on goal by either team, I want to say. Madeline Peterson made a huge save with New Prague on the doorstep earlier in the half. But that's the only real memorable opportunity for either team that comes to mind here in half number one, as both teams have been just really, for the most part, feeling each other out and playing really good defense. Now substitutions coming in for the Trojans.
Entering the game for the Trojans. Number 2, Lindsay Savoy.
Number 2, Lindsay Savoy checks in.
Rose Bornhofen.
And then number 16,
number
Rose
19,
Bornhofen
Kelly
catching it.
Kroska.
And number 19, Callie Kroska. They had all played earlier, gotten a break, and now they're going to come out refreshed, see if that adds a little oomph to the New Prague offense. And now here comes the Red Knight defense, and Hannah Bullard, number 5 with it. Plays it back to number 7. That is Mueller. Tries to get it ahead to Ada Parker, but there were 2 defenders there for New Prague to stop that, and they are going to keep their eyes on her. It wouldn't surprise me if New Prague has 2 players on her all the time. And now a push from behind should end up in a free kick for the Red Knights at a very favorable location, just outside that 15-yard line mark. We'll call it, what, the 18. So a corner kick type opportunity here for the Red Knights comes with 9.5 minutes to go in half number one. And Ada Parker there to do the honors. And now she'll bring it right in towards that corner, and the goaltender struggles with it momentarily, but able to come up with it. That was a big time kick by Ada Parker. She was clearly going for that upper left-hand corner. And I don't know if the lights had an impact on Ashley Nelson, the goaltender's ability to see that ball. But a good scoring opportunity there for the Red Knights, and the first save that I can remember that Ashley Nelson has made. Maybe she made a couple earlier, a long time ago, but it's been a while since the Red Knights have had any strong offense. That was their best scoring opportunity in quite some time. Now on the far side, that's number 10 with it, Salmon. And they are at a standoff there as now New Prague double teams her and comes away with the ball on defense. And the Red Knights muscle it right away there and take it right away from 2 New Prague defenders. Well done. Now with it, number 23 is Courtney Nelson. Now ahead to number 5, Hannah Bullard, gets it stripped away. Now here comes New Prague, but they have had a hard time getting it past midfield of late here. Last several minutes, Red Knights seemingly dominating possession on the offensive end. Now Buller into midfield. No one there for the Red Knights. Trojans intercept it, trying to scramble it out of there. A little bit of chaos, which is what the Red Knights would want. Now Buller's going to try to use their speed to catch up to it. Tried to swack at it, missed it, but able to recover. Gets the ball back to number 4. That's Niska. Niska now ahead to number 7, Mueller. She can't quite get it, and it's forced out of bounds. Off the Red Knights, turnover to the Trojans. Comes with 7:40 to go in half number one. Now to the near side. Oh, and Quas misplays it. Turnover, unforced error. Chance for the Red Knights to capitalize on it right here. Buller now plays it to herself almost. Yes, taken away by New Prague. Now Quas in the near corner. Gets it to Mueller, though, and out of bounds, and Red Knights retain possession. Mueller quickly throws it in, and they whistle that a little quick there as Mueller tried to take advantage. This will allow New Prague to set up on defense there, so good idea by Mueller there to try to force it ahead towards that goal with a New Prague player out of position, but the referee stop that from happening. Now Lyra Carter on that far side. Look at the speed she has to go along with that big leg coming in. Cuts back in towards midfield. She's got some space. Gives it to Lauren Smart. Smart tried to move it ahead. Now back out to Kira. Lynn Carter, I should say. Now Red Knights at midfield. Take a look at the clock. 6.5 minutes to go in this very fast-moving first half. Now to midfield, Ella Mueller plays it. Lead pass, intended for Ada Parker, couldn't quite get it to her. Now Parker gets back at it, does a nice little spin, backhanded heel pass. That was intentional, by the way, to number 14, Smart. Now Smart gets it over into the offensive end for the Red Knights, and it gets turned right back over. And there was a chance there for New Prague, but a misplay, and now that's number 4, Niska, to midfield. Now here comes New Prague's number 23, that's Courtney Nelson. And that ball's gonna come slowly out of bounds and gonna be a throw-in in the offensive end for number 6, Olivia Quast, as we are approaching 5.5 minutes to go first half. No score here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Stay with us for halftime festivities. We're gonna be honoring 7 senior members of the girls Benilde soccer team with their parents. They will have a procession from the far right of your screen to midfield, so stay with us for those announcements and comments. They provided a nice brochure at the entrance gate with pictures and bios and comments, accolades, gratitudes by all the players. Very nice, honorable night here. And as I was mentioning during the guys' senior night earlier tonight, we brought that to you on ParkTV 16 Sports. It's already a month into your senior year, and you're starting to say goodbye as the seasons go by all year long. So it's, as I was recalling my senior year playing sports and in different activities when you're a senior, it's the last time you're going to be doing it. So it's a bittersweet moment. You're looking forward to graduating and moving on in your life, but also the memories of high school never really leave you. So that is what is on tap at halftime. So we hope you join us for that presentation now. 4:24 remaining, still no score. And it looks like a free kick coming up for New Prague. They raise the hand. Not sure why she does that. Maybe looking for the signal. Reminds me of an NFL football kicker. They usually raise the hand and wait for the official at the goal line on the other end to say, go ahead and kick it. So interesting to see that maneuver. Not a bad thing. Good communication skills for sure. All right, Madeline Peterson punts it out to midfield as we now have 3 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the half. No score. Now with it, Lauren Smart gets along the near sideline, headed by the Red Knights, but unable to control it completely was number 10, Salmon. And now on that far side, a standoff with Salmon and the defender for New Prague. She tries to wheel out. Now help comes over, and it goes out of bounds, and it is awarded to, it looks like the Red Knights are going to get a throw-in.
Entering the game for the Red Knights,
and
number 18, Amelia Lynch.
Now a substitution
Rolling
checking
Red
in.
Knights.
Amelia Lynch, the senior, checking in.
Number 2,
Clock, though, continues to
Lyra
wind
Carter.
down. And Lyra Carter also checks back in on offense here with 3 minutes to go here. Critical part of the match, I always think, in any type of sport is at the end of the half, or at the, you want some momentum going into that halftime break.
Throwing Carter.
So a critical time. So now a throw-in for Lyra Carter, and headed by her teammate. It's so dark and shadowy out there. It's really hard for me to see the small numbers on, especially I can see the numbers on the back of their jerseys, but not on the front in this low light. All right, now ball kicked out of bounds. And there's 2:23 remaining. Throw in by the Red Knights. And New Prague defends it well, tries to clear the ball, kept in by the Red Knights. Headed out, and then headed again by New Prague. And nothing a lot going on here with 2 minutes to go. Both teams really struggling to get any type of offense going that's sustained. Here in the first half, at least that's the story from the McQuinn Athletic Complex so far in this critical top of the Metro West standings matchup here. Now Carter will throw it in with 1:40 to go. Ball played by number 16, Tetscheid. Now Lauren Smart Gives it a whack to try to keep it in the offensive zone for the Red Knights with 1:23 to go. Now New Prague gets it just over midfield, but it's kept in, and now here comes Ada Parker. She's their leading goal scorer. Look out, she takes the quick shot. She hasn't had many opportunities. I don't blame her for taking the shot as soon as she did there. She went down. Let's look at that replay. Look, she just saw that opening. Look at that kick. A little bit off the mark. Scooped up by Ashley Nelson. Now 1 minute remaining in the half. We'll see if this picks up the intensity for New Prague, as now they've got a lead pass to Quast on the far side, and intercepted quickly by number 7, Ella Mueller. Great on defense, which has really been the story. There's a whack at it by number 1. That's Riley Savoy. And now it's going to go out of bounds. And are we going to get a corner kick or a throw in? It looks like it's going to be a corner kick as they hurry with 29 seconds to go. To do the honors is number 14. That is Hupes. She quickly gets it, and it goes out of bounds. She could not keep it in play. And now Madeline Peterson with 15 seconds to go. They might just hold on to it here. 11 seconds remaining. They got to go a long way to get a scoring opportunity, and they could cause an interception right in front of their own net if they're not careful. So you want to be cautious here with this few seconds remaining. And there is the whistle signaling the end of our first half. Our score after one complete, 0-0. Stay tuned, as we are now going to watch them set up for senior night here at Benilde-St Margaret's, and we're going to bring that to you before the beginning of the second half as they set up. I can kind of talk about who those seniors are, and in no particular order except the beautiful, nice brochure that they produced for us. The honorees are going to be Aspen Franklin, Lyra Carter, mentioned her name several times tonight, Hannah Buller are the first three, and then we have Nellie Teitscheid, Emily Niska, and Elliot Schultz, and Amelia Lynch. So those 7 and their parents are going to be acknowledged here in just a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. While we're waiting, I guess I have some more words I can share about some of these players and who they are, since we have a few minutes, I think, before we're going to get going with the ceremony. So as I mentioned, Aspen Franklin is one of the honorees. Her parents' names are Jean Golly Franklin and John Franklin. Her favorite Benilde-St Margaret soccer memory is the bus ride back from Laconia this year. Not sure what that's about. Probably for a good reason. Fun fact about myself, she says, I won a grocery bagging competition. She also indicates, I'd really like to thank my parents, my sister Beth Zook, and her future plans are to go to college to become a physical therapist or a professional sports photographer. Good for her. Next, Lyra Carter. Her parents are Alyssa and Derek Carter. Her favorite soccer memory is visualizing and dancing to Come On Eileen before the state championship final. That would be fun. All right, looks like we are going to listen to the PA announcer, and I'll try to translate who's who as they get introduced.
So first up is going to be Aspen Franklin.
So you can see they are in the corner.
Parents are Jeannie Gall and John.
So they are introducing Aspen Franklin and her parents, Jean and John Franklin.
Back from Laconia. Fun fact, she won a grocery bagging competition. She'd really like to thank her parents, her sister.
So right now the PA announcer, as we look at Aspen Franklin and her parents, that is Jean and John. And I read her whole bio, what she wants to do, go to college, become a physical therapist and a professional sports photographer. Then next is Lyra Carter. There she is. Her parents are Alyssa and Derek. And I just mentioned her favorite memory was dancing to Come On Eileen before the championship final.
She's the best at push-ups on
They
the
say
team.
she's the best at
She'd
push-ups
really
on the
like to thank her
team,
parents for
and
always
she'd like to
driving
thank her
and
parents for
supporting her
always driving and
past 13
supporting
years
her
of
in these
soccer.
past 13 years of her soccer
Her future
career,
plans?
and she plans to go to
graduate
graduate
high
school and study
study
film studies
studies
and production in
and
college.
production
Good for
in
her.
college. Next
All
up,
right,
we
next
have
up
Captain
is
Hannah Buller.
Captain Hannah
Heather
Buller.
Roland
There
Buller.
she is.
Favorite BSM soccer
And her
memory,
parents are
going
Heather
undefeated
and
last
Roland
year
Buller
and winning
along there
state.
with her. Her favorite
Lastly, going to
soccer
Duluth
memory, going
every year
undefeated
as a
last
team.
year and winning
Fun
state.
fact about Hannah,
Lastly, going to Duluth
her
every
sisters
year as a team.
and her have
Fun road trip, I'm
palindrome
sure.
names,
Beautiful
spelled the
city
same
as well.
backwards
Fun
and
fact about herself, her sisters and
She'd really
her
like
have
to thank her
all
entire family and friends for
palindrome
all their
names,
support
spelt
throughout
the
the
same
years.
backward as forward.
She
I've
said,
never
"You
heard
are
of
all
that
my biggest
term,
cheerleaders.
palindrome.
Special shout out to my
Huh.
coaches for all their encouragement.
Obviously on purpose. She'd
And to
like
my
to thank her
family,
entire
including
family
my
and friends
parents
for
and
all the
sisters,
support throughout the
my
years.
grandparents and uncles, and my
She
closest
indicates
friends,
they are all her
everything
biggest
they have
cheerleaders,
done,
and a special
always
shout out to
being
her
there
coaches
me
for
and
all their
supporting me.
encouragement, and
Future
to her
plans,
family,
hoping to go to
including her
school
parents,
out east,
sisters, grandparents,
major in
uncles,
business,
and closest friends for
or
everything they've
kinesiology,
done and
sports
always
medicine.
being there and supporting her. In the future,
All
she
right.
plans to go to business or
Next up, we
kinesiology,
have
sports
Ms.
medicine
Nell
in
Teitscheid.
college.
Parents, Amy and Andrew.
Next
Nell's
is
favorite
Nellie
BSM
Teitscheid.
soccer
Her
memory,
parents are
anytime she
Amy
gets to spend time
and
with the team
Andrew
because
right
they truly
there
are
on your
her best
screen.
friends.
Her favorite
Fun fact about
soccer memory
Nell,
anytime she
she
gets to
knows
spend with the
the
team
entirety
because they
of the
truly
Dallas
are
Cowboys
her
cheerleaders'
best friends.
thunderstruck dance.
She also indicates that, a
She'd
fun
really like
fact,
to
she
thank
knows
her
the
mom and
entirety
dad
of the Dallas
and Mimi
Cowboy
for being the
cheerleaders'
biggest
thunderstruck
super fans
dance.
on and off the
Huh.
field.
And she'd like to
Nell's future
thank
plans
her
are to
mom,
attend
dad,
college,
Mimi
pursue a
for being
career
her
that she
biggest
loves,
super fans
and
on and
travel
off
as
the
much as
field.
possible.
That's what I called my grandmother. Future
Next up, we
plans,
have Elliot
attend
Schultz,
college, pursue a
Aaron,
career that she
Ann,
loves, and travel as much as possible.
Ann and Jeff. Her favorite
Next
BSM soccer
is
memory is
Elliot
team bonding in
Schultz.
Duluth.
There she is with her
Fun fact
parents,
about
Amy and
Elliot,
Jeff Schultz. Her
she's
favorite
left-handed and
soccer
left-footed.
memory, team bonding in
She'd really
Duluth.
like to
Second
thank her
time we've
parents
heard
for
something
always
alluding to
encouraging
that.
her to push
Fun fact about
herself,
herself, she's
to know her
left-handed,
goals are
so am
achievable.
I, and
Her
left-footed.
future
I
plans
am not.
are to attend college,
She'd really like to
study
thank my
nursing,
parents
and
for
always
always
be positive.
encouraging me to push myself and know my
Next up
goals
is
are
Emily
achievable.
Niska.
And her
Parents
future
Maggie and
plans
Dylan.
say she plans to attend
Emily's
college to
favorite
study
BSM
nursing and
memory,
always
the
be
whole
positive.
state tournament last
So
year.
that's a good future
Fun
plan.
fact about Emily, she's never
Next
broken a bone.
is Emily Niska. There she is with her parents, Maggie and Dylan Niska. Her favorite soccer memory, the whole state tournament last year. How could it not be? Fun fact about herself, she's never broken a bone. Ooh. Sometimes when you say things like that, that's when they happen. So hopefully that won't. And she'd like to thank my parents for supporting me, her brothers for being ball boys the past 3 seasons, and of course Beth for getting me through the past 4 seasons.
Anastasia and Tom.
And her future plans are to graduate high school, college, and hope to pursue sports medicine to help athletes the way doctors have helped her. And then last but not least, we have Amelia Lynch. There she is with her parents, Anastasia and Tom Lynch. Her favorite soccer memory going up to Hermantown, which that's Duluth, by the way. And fun fact about myself, the first club team she ever played on was FC Thurwill in Switzerland, and it was an all-boys team. That would be cool, playing in Europe. And she'd like to thank her parents, friends, and her 3 older brothers, Sean, Frankie, and TJ, for shaping her into the person she is, and she plans to go to college in the Pacific Northwest and eventually get a pet cat named Soup. So she's got it dialed in on the pet front and the college front. And there are all the players that are graduating, all 7, Teitscheid, Niska, Lynch, Schultz, Buller, Franklin, and Carter, and all their parents for a memorable photo opportunity that they will look back on for years to come and remember these nights here in the fall, their senior year of their soccer program. So senior night here at Benilde-St Margaret's as the rest of the team comes in. And now we will take a break here at halftime. Come on back in just a couple minutes for the second half. 0-0 is our score. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports, streaming live on YouTube. Glad you're with us.
We got out of Washington State, and I think a week after, state went on lockdown for COVID.
So then when we transitioned to Texas, it was very much so like, what are we gonna do now?
Operation Homefront has allowed our family to make something of ourselves again in the world after the military.
It's completely changed the way our life is. It took us from a hopeless situation, and now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. We're just underway here in half number 2 of this Metro West girls soccer matchup featuring Benilde-St Margaret's at home on senior night taking on New Prague. And right there, that is Lyra Carter with the ball, and she had a strong first half, although none of the performances resulted in any goal for either team, and you wonder if there's going to be a little bit more aggressive play on offense, but both teams clearly really good on defense. And now it's kicked out of bounds, and now the throw in by number 19 for the Trojans, that is Kraska, and now she'll get another opportunity. Into number 23, Courtney Nelson. Now with it, number 2, Lindsay Savoy. Ahead to number 1, that's Riley Savoy, obviously related from New Prague. And now coming out, Madeline Peterson makes a smart move there to interrupt that offensive opportunity for New Prague. So just underway here, this time the Red Knights all in red except for their goaltender in yellow. Madeline Peterson boots it out towards midfield, and the Red Knights will try to get some offense going here in the second half. Our score is 0-0 for these teams that are evenly matched record-wise. Both teams with 9 wins on the year, late here in the season, vying for supremacy in the Metro West Conference girls soccer. Now with it, number 23, that is Courtney Nelson. Corner kick type play for New Prague. That was a good offensive foray for them. I don't think they had many of those, if any at all, in the first half. So that's a bit of an uptick on the offensive end for the Trojans. Out of bounds, they'll have a throw-in as they maintain possession deep in the offensive end for the Red Knights. I'd say the Red Knights had a couple of nice scoring opportunities in the first half. I'd say 0. Well, there was one early on. Madeline Peterson was out of the play, but was able to pick herself up and get back into the play to save an almost certain goal right on the doorstep. But other than that, for New Prague, not a lot on offense until that last attempt, I felt. And now we've got a turnover deep in the Red Knight territory, and the Red Knights will get it back. With 37:20 to go in the match, our score 0s. And the boot to try to clear the zone gets to number 3, Claire Dooley. Now the Red Knights play it from behind, and they'll wheel it around to the near side. Nifty pass connects to Niska. Niska head to Carter. Both seniors having just been honored with their parents, and now Carter lets it get too far ahead of her and out of bounds. Oh, and now there's a collision there with Lynch and number 19 for New Prague, Kraska. And now the Red Knights chasing it in the offensive zone, unable to control it, out of bounds. Now Carter comes in to intercept it on the near side, deep in the New Prague zone. She comes into our side, takes a corner kick type attempt, gets blocked right back to her. Now she gets it to number 4, Niska, and now New Prague tries to clear it. And they do come up with it, and they do clear it. So that attempt by the wayside as Smart gets it over to 16, Titscheid. Struggling with that last name for some reason. I'll get it down. Now New Prague backs it out to midfield. Now Lynch with it, another senior that was honored earlier. Played by number 19, Kraska. Now that's number 1, Riley Savoy. Riley Savoy again, and her shot from far out didn't really threaten, but a save nevertheless for Madeline Peterson. She pounds that ball with 35:22 to go. So very much a stalemate here tonight on this championship type matchup here between New Prague and Benilde. That is Emily Niska. Nifty move as she maneuvers the ball across midfield, ahead to Lyra Carter now. Carter, a burst of speed, trying to get to the corner to try to get off a centering pass, but defense well played by number 14 for New Prague. That was Hupsk. Now the centering pass and fanning on the one-timer was Aspen Franklin, and now the shot far over the crossboard for the Red Knights. Right there, another one-timer. Those are tough to time and put on net, and there was quite a ways out there as well, but a good opportunity nevertheless. Provided the Red Knights with a little bit of offense, and now here comes New Prague with Olivia Quast with it, and now Red Knights are back on offense in the far zone, and with the left-handed shot, and a strong one at that, taken by number 8 for the Red Knights, Elliot Schultz, the senior. And she did mention in her bio that she was a left-footed kicker, and she did get that left foot on that from that angle with that kind of pace. That was a big-time shot right there. Just was a tough angle. And now a whistle, meanwhile, back in the Red Knight defensive zone. They get the ball back on the infraction. Now Niska with it around the 40. She's got some open space and some talent to do something with it. Now gets on the foot of number 22, Aspen Franklin. Franklin still fighting with it, and now gets kicked away, and that's going to be off of New Prague for a corner kick, or is it a turnover? And it appears it's going to be a corner kick for the Red Knights. And coming over to the corner
Number 4
is going to be
Emily
number
Niska.
4, Emily Niska, and the Red Knights are in business with a corner kick. That's coming with 33:16 to go in half number 2. Now Niska will set it up. As I lean out of the press box here to see, and she keeps it low trajectory. Played by the Red Knights, back out into the flat there. Now Niska from the corner position comes out, plays catch here with Buller, number 5. Buller now, nifty footwork, tries to center it. Too many crowded, congested New Prague defenders there, but Carter comes in to try to save the day in the possession, but she loses it, and New Prague comes away with it as they try to outlet it to the near side. They do. Number 24 with it. I don't have a name for her, unfortunately, and now I do have a name for her. That's Courtney Nelson for New Prague, and it gets taken away by Lauren Smart. Smart, ever the defender, playing very well there. That's where she played all of last year. She's moved up more to a midfield position, her father was telling me. And but there, her defensive skills really kicked in, didn't they? All right, now with it for New Prague, number 14, Hupsk. Throw in to number 2, Lindsay Savoy. Her sister or relative, Riley Savoy, is number 1. Makes me think of what, Savoy, is it Savoy Pizza? Different spelling, but makes me kind of hungry talking about names like Savoy Pizza. If you've ever had it, it's very good. All right, now here is Red Knights. We should get a sponsorship for that. All right, now here is the Red Knights with 31:43 to go at midfield. They'll bring it around to the near side. Aggressive defense, though, by Riley Savoy. And New Prague comes out to try to thwart that offensive opportunity, and they do. Coming away with it on that far side is New Prague. Can't quite read the number from this far away. I think that's now, can't tell. And the throw in on the far side, out of bounds, and another opportunity, but New Prague, they're moving. It's kind of like when you hit the golf ball on the cart path. They're moving up on the cart path, except on the sideline. Each time they throw it, it goes out of bounds. They gain 10 yards. And now they've lost about 40. And another throw-in, though, this time for Benilde-St Margaret's at around the 40 on the far side. Boy, the shadows are so dark here at night. It's pitch black out there, other than the lights that they have working that are on. All right, now at midfield, that's Lynch, number 18, to the near side, Niska, and now she's got some room. She'll play catch with 22. That is Aspen Franklin, and it goes awry. Good defense by the Trojans, and now they break it out to the near side. Chasing it is Savoy, Lindsay Savoy. Lindsay now on the left side, comes along, dancing along that sideline, and Lyra Carter comes over to bully her away from it, and she does get her off of it. Now Lauren Smart, number 14, gets it back. That ball's loose in no man's land, and a Trojan was just coming in there, Quast, and now the Trojans have an opportunity, and the shot high up falls short and into the hands of Madeline Peterson, but a near opportunity there goes by the wayside for New Prague. And Madeline Peterson there to make the save. And our score remains donuts for both sides, or one donut for each side. Under 30 minutes to go in our second half. I think they play overtime, don't they, Paul, if they get there? I can't remember. No overtimes, so ties are ties, no overtimes. So 29 minutes and 25 seconds is basically sudden death, if you ask me. There's not a lot of scoring. My estimate is whoever scores first is going to win this match. And so that kind of adds, I think, to the excitement of what we're facing here. Both these teams want to get to 10 wins desperately late in the season. And they are evenly matched, that is for sure. Now the throw in. And that is number 3 for Benilde, Claire Dooley. Dooley now to the far side. Ella Mueller, now Lyra Carter. Carter to the near side, Niska. She'll bring it in, she's got some room, a little far out there. Now pass inside to Aspen Franklin. She loses it, cleared by number 12, that is Barton. For New Prague, now out at midfield, and Lauren Smart getting there in defense, playing very well there in that position. Now back to 14 for New Prague, Hannah Hupsk. Now Lynch for the Red Knights, tried to get it over midfield, and she did, but taken away right away again by New Prague, only to be taken right back by the Red Knights at midfield. Now over to Niska. On the near side, she'll spin, look around, pass ahead to Aspen Franklin. Franklin now will move towards midfield, finds an open number 3, that is Dooley. Now to the far side, chasing it, I believe that's number 8, Schultz, and can't quite get there in time, or she does, and it's gonna be
the game for the Red Knights.
Possession for
Number 17, Abby Silverman.
I can't tell yet.
Number 10,
but we do have substitutions. Abby
Addie
Silverman
Salmon.
checking in. Number 10,
6,
Adeline Salmon checking
Jada
in for the
Parker.
Red Knights.
entering the game for the Trojans. Number
And I look
16,
around as they wait for these substitutions. The
Rose
clock
Bornhofen.
continues to wind down. We're at 27:16 remaining.
Corner kick, Red Knights.
Oh, we're gonna have a corner kick for the Red Knights.
Number
Couldn't quite
4.
tell what was happening out there.
Emily Niska.
And Emily Niska will do the honors from the other side. So a scoring opportunity here for the Red Knights. These are critical opportunities, especially in the second half with a 0-0 score. And she brings it right in there and can't quite thread the needle and kicks it into the side of the net. That turns the ball back over to New Prague with 26:41 to go. And their goaltender, Ashley Nelson, will set up shop in that left corner of the penalty box and boot it out to midfield. Catching up with it is her teammate Courtney Nelson. Nelson plays catch with Lindsay Savoy. Now Nelson gets guarded by number 17, Abby Silverman, as the Red Knights take it right back. Every pass is contested by both teams here. Both teams are very good at interfering with those passing lanes, and that is, I would say, the main reason why we don't have any scores. Just both teams' great ability to play defense.
Entering the game for the Trojans.
And what do they say about sports? Defense
Number
wins
3,
championships. If you don't give up any
McKenna
points,
Noble.
it's hard to lose. So now we got a substitution coming all the way in from the far side of the field. Number 3 for New Prague is McKenna Noble, the sophomore. She may have been out of breath before the play started. She came all the way across. That's about 50 yards from across the sideline, if I estimate that correctly. All right, now, here is the Red Knights trying to find some offensive traction. Now ahead to Niska. Tried to tip it ahead to number 5, Hannah Buller, but she wasn't there in time. And now here comes Riley Savoy. And there was Lyra Carter trying to intercept it. And now it gets back, and that is number 7, Ella Mueller. And out comes Madeline Peterson, who has been very good in goal for the Red Knights tonight. And we are now just under 25 minutes to go in half number 2. No overtime here, so if that results in a tie at the end of regulation, that is going to be the official result. And right now, it certainly feels like it's headed that way, but still plenty of soccer left to go here on ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us. We're streaming live on YouTube, and now Niska with it. Deep in New Prague territory, centering pass, gets booted right out. Excellently positioned defenders there for New Prague. Now Niska looking for, it's gonna take some sort of fluke play, a rebound, where someone suddenly is sprung open and the goal occurs, is my opinion about how the scoring will happen here. Both these teams are so good at defense. All right, now there's a whistle after the infraction on Carter and the Red Knights, and a free kick coming up from deep in their own zone. And 24 minutes exactly to go in regulation. And rather than kick it deep, and now playing offensive, defensive pressure, Adeline Salmon, who just came in off the bench. And that might be the answer here for one of these teams, is to get a lot more aggressive on the forecheck, as I would call it. Here comes Lyra Carter. Nice move as she spins out, trying to navigate turmoil there in the middle, and she kicks it back out, and now all the way back out to midfield, played by Teitscheid. I think I'm getting that right, almost. Teitscheid maybe is the better way. Now on the far side, big kick. I believe that was taken by Ada Parker. Hard to tell from this far away. And that is a nice save again, although relatively easy by Ashley Nelson as she gets it out to midfield quickly. Now back into the offensive zone for the Red Knights, and New Prague clears it away to the near side. That's Lindsay Savoy. And now she'll play it to the near side. That is number 14, Hannah Hupsk. And now with it, number 3, McKenna Noble. Or excuse me, that was Claire Dooley. Far side, that is Parker, I'm quite certain, as she tries to kick it, and she is gonna force a corner kick.
Corner kick, Red Knights.
So they have another scoring opportunity coming up after hardly any corner kicks, and now coming over is number 14, Lauren Smart, from her back position. She might have the strongest leg on the team. I might be a little biased. She is my second cousin. Let's see if she can make something happen here from that corner kick. As the Red Knights set up, I look at the clock, 22:14 to go, and Lauren Smart with the honors, the junior, as now they wait for the whistle, and here it is. Here comes the kick, right in there, right in front, and the shot taken, another shot taken, and blocked in front, and that was the best scoring opportunity. That corner kick was right on the money. 2 great opportunities. Look at the replay here. Smart brings it right in there, and the quick hit by Salmon almost gets in, and then the rebound kick blocked in front. Great soccer action right there. All right, Red Knights continue to try to keep the pressure on with 21 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in half number 2 of this Metro West Conference rivalry matchup. First place in the Metro West on the line. Now into the far corner, Red Knights starting to get a little momentum here after those corner kicks. Might be giving them a little bit of energy here that they need to try to get that ball in the net, but it'll turn over back to the Trojans. And checking in for New Prague is number 22, Tess Larson, I just heard. Meanwhile, goaltender for New Prague, Ashley Nelson there, has set the ball right at the corner of the penalty box. And here she'll come up and give the big boot, and she's got a strong leg herself, doesn't she? Almost all the way to midfield. And New Prague kicks it out to midfield. Lyra Carter there to take it back, and it's taken right back by, is that one of the Savoy sisters? It is. She forwards it ahead, or attempts to McKenna Noble for New Prague, and now it's gonna go out of bounds off of New Prague, and the Red Knights will get a throw in their own territory. as the clock continues to wind down here, as
For the
we
Red
are
Knights,
now
Carter.
approaching the midway mark of the second half. And Red Knights trying to get back into the offensive zone. They had a great corner kick opportunity, probably their best opportunity of the night scoring-wise on that sequence, on that last corner kick. Just couldn't quite get it to go. Now Lyra Carter to number 17. That is Abby Silverman. To number 3, Claire Dooley. Now played by Lindsay Savoy to Riley Savoy. Now Riley Savoy gets bumped off the ball, and the Red Knights have it back from their defensive play. Now to the far side, that is Ada Parker. She's got 12 goals on the year, but obviously none tonight. And now they try to work it into the corner, and there's New Prague just playing perfectly positioned defense as they kick it out of bounds and force a throw-in by the Red Knights. As we're now under 20 minutes to go. In fact, 19:15 exactly, as the clock continues to wind down. They don't stop it when it goes out of bounds in soccer, at least not in high school soccer or in any soccer, if I can recall correctly. All right, now here come the Red Knights. They dribble right through the defense. Can they hold on to the ball to get through those last two defenders? Almost, and now unable to get through all of it. It's very difficult to dribble through 3-4 defenders that far in the offensive zone, and now they'll regroup all the way back, and that is Lauren Smart, number 14, back at that defensive center position, which I think might be her most natural. She seems to play that incredibly well. Now number 10, Adeline Salmon. Nice spin move by Park, and it gets on net, but an easy save for Ashley Nelson, if there is such a thing. And another scoring opportunity for the Red Knights results in no score, and we're now time-wise at 18 minutes, 14 seconds remaining and winding down. And now the Red Knights get it back, and you gotta get a feeling that they are sensing the urgency now with just 18 minutes to go in the match. Neither team wants a tie, I can assure you that, although a tie is probably better than a loss, but I'm not so sure. It is in the standings, I'm sure, but nevertheless, sometimes you want some finality, win or loss. And the tie, I think, would be a disappointment for both teams, but we're gonna see what happens. Now, kicked in by number 10, Salmon in front, Buller with the kick, gets deflected. Now ball loose still in front, and Savoy, Riley Savoy, tries to clear it, and she does. And Riley catches up to it, and she gets tripped from behind by Carter, and that's gonna draw a whistle and a free kick. You think these girls aren't rough out there? It is very rough. Sometimes more than it meets the eye. And now they will set up for the free kick, and that'll occur when there's 17 minutes to go, which is the case right now. 17 minutes left on the clock and in the match. And with the free kick will be number 11, Daniel Garita. And she lofts it in there, attempted to get it to 23, Courtney Nelson. Nelson loses it to number 3 for the Red Knights, Claire Dooley. Now the Red Knights will try it on that far side, and that again is Ada Parker, their leading scorer. If anything's gonna happen, it may likely come through her. She got that ball a little too far out in front of her, and that allowed the defender for New Prague to come over and clear it right back. Now at midfield, that is Riley Savoy. She has been a menace for the Red Knights seemingly everywhere. Now she's gonna get it ahead. Is it gonna be offsides? I don't see a flag. That is Lindsay Savoy. Carter right there, she gets the kickoff, but because of Carter, she was able to interfere with it just enough so that Madeline Peterson could make a relatively easy save, but a nice offensive possession there for New Prague. And now the Red Knights will start over deep in their own zone as they boot it out to midfield. And now with it playing is number 11, Nora Potter, who just checked in, the junior, along with 10, Adeline Salmon. And as they tried to move the ball up, there was a whistle, and now there'll be a free kick for the Red Knights coming with 15.5 minutes to go. And that is number 2, Lyra Carter, lining up the free kick. She's got a big leg. She lofts it farther into the offensive zone. Played by Buller. She tried to get it over to Carter. She was cutting in from the, or excuse me, Parker, as she was trying to come in from that left side. That was the play, and now Parker has it on that far side. She'll work that corner, try to get around her. Much like a drive on basketball, you try to take your opponent, and that kick from a very tough angle, almost an impossible angle, is scooped up by the goaltender, Ashley Nelson. She has it as New Prague. She'll boot it out, under 15 minutes to go in the match. Gets it to Courtney Nelson. Nelson spins with her left foot, tries to get it up. Carter deflects it back out. They fight for possession. Buller there along with number 3. That is McKenna Noble for New Prague. And now the Red Knights have it back. Number 16, Tetscheid, able to intercept it and starts the play back up the other way on the offensive zone. Again, that's Ada Parker trying that other side, and New Prague is not having it, but now Parker gets it back. She's got a little room this time. Centering pass intended for number 11, Potter, and her shot gets deflected into the arms of the goaltender, Ashley Nelson. And now she'll boot it off again with 14 minutes remaining in the match. And now that is New Prague. They try to lead it ahead, and look at the race is on. Carter gets there first, but taking over is Lindsay Savoy. Look at the battle those two women are going after each other. It's really good soccer, isn't it? Great competition to watch. Lindsay Savoy, look at her go. I mean, boy, the energy that these players, and now the substitution you've got. Here you want to rest, and you've got to run 50, 55 yards to get to the bench at almost a pure sprint. And now checking in, having to run 60 yards and then start playing soccer, is Olivia Quast, and then the throw-in will be by number 14 for New Prague, Hanna Hupsk. Starting to get the names down here late. All right, now that is Niska, number 4. And the lead pass by 17, Abby Silverman, intercepted by number 14, Hupsk for New Prague. Now that is Riley Savoy, intercepted by Niska, number 4. Lead pass ahead. That was great vision to Buller. Now she's got a chance here. She didn't have numbers, and look at the defensive play as she takes a hit and goes down by number 11, Garita. That was a great pickpocket by Garita for New Prague, as the Red Knights were just getting their momentum going on that rush. Now New Prague trying to clear it, and Buller now will kick it out of bounds, or was there a whistle just prior to that? Apparently not. It's out of bounds, turnover, and it's going to be a free kick for the goaltender,
number 19,
Ashley Nelson.
Kelly Kroska.
And now checking in is Kroska for New Prague, and Lynch for
Amelia Lynch.
Benilde-St Margaret. Amelia Lynch, the senior, checking in off the bench with 12 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Now to the near side. Out of play, and that went off of Olivia Quast, and now a check-in for Carter. She gets the ball right away. Time is going to become of the essence here if either team wants to get the victory tonight. And it truly is a sudden death game here. Now Lynch. Niska. Now to the near side, getting there first is Quast, not quite in time, and the Red Knights will keep possession. Lyra Carter will throw it in to Niska. Niska, nicely over to number 10, Salmon. Salmon moves it over. Niska now, very controlled play, keeping their cool. Well done by the Red Knights, not panicking at all. No reason to panic anyways, except you want to get that first score, but they are playing very level-headed out there, keeping their composure, not rushing, despite the clock showing 11:11 on the board. And now New Prague will try to start it out on offense. Really very little scoring opportunities by either team throughout the match. Again, speaking to the defensive nature of both these teams.
Number 7, Ella Mueller.
Red Knights, defending state champions, looking to get back to that state tournament. They're used to going there. Anything but that, I think, will be a disappointment for Benilde again this year, but let's see if they make it. They usually do, and a win tonight would help them in the seedings for sure in the sections. All right, now that is Parker on that far side. Ada Parker, the sophomore, leading scorer been kept at bay all night long by this great Trojan defense. 10:19 remaining. Evelyn to Lyra Carter. Lynch tried to get it back, the return pass, but it ends up on the foot of Niska on the right side. Now to Carter. Carter now. Centering pass. Red Knights available. Ball loose. Kick and a save by Nelson. Unbelievable. Now it's in. Now it's in. Red Knights score. Looking around for any type of penalty or infraction, and no, that's going to be a goal. I didn't quite see who got it, but that was the chaos they were looking to cause. I'm sorry, Paul. Did it go off? It would be what they call an own goal. So there was Buller, and there was the goaltender made a really brave save, and it just bounced in. I think they're going to give the goal to Buller as the defender came in to try to save it, and yeah, it went off her foot, but I think Buller is going to get credit for that goal unless we can see the replay again. But
Number 6,
Ada Parker's going to get the goal. I'd have to see the replay to see exactly how that happened, but the leading goal scorer, Ada Parker, gets credit for the goal, and it may have been on the deflection. She may have taken the initial shot that was deflected off of Ashley Nelson, the goaltender, and then it just ricocheted off 2 New Prague players and into the net. That's probably how Parker got that goal. My goodness, what a huge goal for the Red Knights. Just when I thought there wasn't going to be any scoring at all, they make something happen, and now the defense is going to clock in here. And I would say that New Prague's going to start to take some chances. And that is number 23, Courtney Nelson. And when I say chances, that's just chances on offense, maybe trying to flood the offensive zone with a few more players. But then that leaves them wide open on the back end for a breakaway goal for the Red Knights. But that's probably what they're going to have to do. No such thing as pulling the goalie in soccer. That would be ill-advised with such a big net, wouldn't it? All right, now that is Lynch, number 18. And the Red Knights want ball possession here. And now here is Savoy, Riley Savoy. And she's going to get whistled for an infraction. And now a free kick for the Red Knights coming with 9:22 to go. Wow, what a goal that was for the Red Knights. 1-0 lead here coming late in the second half. Carter now. Can they hold on to this 1-goal lead? That's the question. Can New Prague answer back here? Both teams in first and second place, respectively, Red Knights and New Prague in the Metro West standings. Now the outlet pass gets to Courtney Nelson. Nelson there with it, number 23. Nifty spin move behind the back, whatever you want to call that. The Red Knights take it right back. Now Lauren Smart comes away with it to midfield. Now Lynch takes a swat at it. Courtney Nelson takes it back, then deflected again by Smart. Now Riley Savoy, nifty play, lead pass ahead. Who's gonna get there first? Patterson comes out and oh my goodness, she left the net wide open and it hit the outside of the post, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, it was wide open and nobody could do anything about it and it just hit the side of the goalpost, or that would have been the tying goal. And it is going to result in a corner kick, though, for New Prague. So don't go anywhere. 7:51 and counting remaining, and now a corner kick for New Prague to try to tie it up here late. And Hubeck gets it up there right at the post. That could not have been better placed. Madeline Peterson went up there. Watch this. She puts it right there. And Peterson gets up there, can't hold on to it. Savoy comes in to try to get a foot on it. That was their chance to score right there, and it just goes by the wayside for New Prague, and they've got to be kicking themselves on that one. They really had a golden opportunity to tie that up. Now the tackle attempted by number 11, Garida, for New Prague, and now with it, number 10 is Salmon. Now Niska ahead to Salmon on the near side. And it's forced out of bounds by New Prague. And I look at the clock, and now we're under 7 minutes to go. 6:51 to be exact and counting. And now a throw-in for the Red Knights. Lyra Carter will come up to do the honors. And they are going to be in no hurry to get this going. And now the throw-in. That's Niska. Or excuse me, did I get the number? No, that was Ada Park, or was that Buller? Sometimes with those ponytails, I can't see the numbers. Now that is Buller with the left-handed shot, and the nice scooting save there by Ashley Nelson. She's played well in nets. There's the left-handed shot. Look at the pace on that ball. She goes down and is able to corral it in. Now Niska, number 4, ahead to Salmon. She's got room, and this is where New Prague is probably going to be vulnerable. As I was saying, they're going to be pressing on offense. It's going to open it up for offense for Benilde as a result. And now it's out of bounds, and a throw-in now for the Red Knights, and we're under 6 minutes to play. Niska with the throw-in. Now to Carter. She'll move it over to the other side. Safely gets it to a Red Knight. Now here comes New Prague, only to be deflected by Benilde. Now a chance for Niska. Return pass, and now back from Salmon to Niska. She's going to try to center it from the corner position, and it goes out of bounds against the side of the net. And I checked the clock, 5:19 to go. There's the conference standings I've been referring to. Benilde in second place at 3-1-2, and look at their overall records, how close those are. 9-3-1, 9-2-3. And then the next closest is Chaska, 5 wins lower than that overall. But the conference is much more close because they've played so many fewer games. And now kick from the penalty box for New Prague comes with under 5 minutes to go. And if the Red Knights can hold on here, they will have a double win on senior night for both the boys team, whose match we brought you earlier here on ParkTV 16 Sports. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. There were some magnificent goals by the boys Red Knight team. 5-0 win for them against New Prague boys soccer. And now here is girls soccer, but a much different type of match here, to be sure. With just one goal coming under 10 minutes to go in the second half by the Red Knights. Ada Parker. And now a corner kick opportunity coming again. Last time was one of their best, if not best, scoring opportunities. And now they're going to get another shot from the far corner, wasting no time with 4 minutes to go. This time they play it out in front, trying to get a kick on goal, and it's going to get kicked out by defense. Now trying to keep it in was number 12, Mia Barton, for New Prague. Now New Prague still gets it, spinning and missing. Savoy tries to get a foot on it. Now the ball is loose with a weird spin, a header and a shot, and over the crossbar, right on the doorstep. Jumping there, and they're looking for a penalty kick. They think there should have been an infraction. I'm almost certainly that's the protest. There's the header. And there's the, I didn't see any interference that would result in a penalty kick, but it appeared to me, and I couldn't tell for sure, was her body language was emoting penalty kick, but she wasn't going to get it despite her advocacy. And now the Red Knights have it with 3:14 to go at midfield. My goodness, great soccer action here late in this match. It took a while to get there, but boy, is it picked up here in the last 10 minutes, and there is another example of the action. And now here comes Riley Savoy, lead pass ahead. They're only down 1. That's number 22 with it for the Trojans, coming away with it. Look at her able to keep the onslaught of the defense, and now she gives up the turnover, but now it gets turned right back over to Hupsk. Now with it, Riley Savoy. Savoy ahead to number 21, and yes I do, that's Claire Meyer, a freshman out there who hasn't played much, but I saw her on the JV roster, so that was Claire Meyer, number 21, fighting mightily there for the Trojans. And the contact between these players is starting to pick up, and now the Red Knights have it deep in Trojan territory with 2:21 to go. Big match here. Late on a somewhat frigid night. Now Carter almost lost it there. She almost got it pickpocketed by number 21, Meyer. And now that is Ada Parker, who has the lone goal, and it comes out to midfield, and getting there first is number 16, Tetscheid. Now the Red Knights maintain possession ahead to number 3, Claire Dooley. And number 16, Tetscheid. Back to midfield, that's Lynch. Lynch with it to the near side. Niska with time. Now a wide open number 10 is Salmon. Salmon comes in from the 45-degree angle on the right side. Opening now for Niska up top. She's trying to set herself up, trying to weave through the defense, gets it taken away momentarily. Now the shot from outside and a goal! Who was that? Big time shot should seal it for the Red Knights, coming with 1 minute, 18 seconds to go. What's that number? Is that Niska? There she was playing it right there. I can't see that number. Is that Ada Parker? I think it is. It wouldn't surprise me. We'll listen to the PA announcer, but wow, what excitement here late. That goal will seal it most likely with 1:18 to go. And it's kind of how I predicted, isn't it? I knew Prague was having to push on the offense, and they gave up, and they obviously were not as fortified on defense. That opened up all the play that led to that goal. And let's see if we can get the announcement.
Scored for the Red Knights, number 3, Claire Dooley. The assist on the goal goes to number 4, Emily Niska.
It's going to be Claire Dooley got that goal, and the assist from Emily Niska. Announced
1
by
minute
Nick,
remaining.
the PA announcer. Now there's 1 minute remaining. New Prague trying to scurry here, hoping against all hope to get back in this, but with a 2-goal deficit, I don't think it's going to happen. And the Red Knights are looking like they're going to go to 10 wins on the year. And what an exciting match it was, and they stayed patient. That would be the other commentary I'd have on this team. They stayed patient, they didn't panic, they waited for their opportunities, and they got those 2 goals with less than 10 minutes to go. After 70 minutes of stalemate soccer, 2 goals for the Red Knights is gonna seal the victory. 23 seconds remaining. Number 7 with it, Ella Mueller. Now at midfield, a Buller on senior night. They're going to get the double win here. The boys earlier won 5-0 against New Prague, and now the Red Knights are heading to a 2-0 win. 8 seconds to go. Lead pass coming out, the goaltender Emily Nelson, who played very well for New Prague. And there is the final whistle signaling the end of this senior night match, and the Red Knights eke out a win late. They go to 10-3-1. New Prague falls to 9-3-3. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.